Hi. People wanted to know my skincare regimen. Okay, I don't wear makeup anymore. What is my skincare regimen now that I'm 46 years old? Okay, see this? I still have a little bit of wrinkles, but it's because I don't eat vegan. Okay, if I were eating vegan, my skin would be much better. Okay, but I will tell you, do not buy beauty products because God will think you are vain. And when every single God sees that you buy things that go into your sewers and pollute the ocean, they will wrinkle up your skin. Okay? Not just God Yahweh, God Jehovah, God Allah, but all sorts of demon gods too. Okay? The rationalist gods also don't like it when you wash all of those particulates down into the ocean because they have to clean it up eventually. Okay? So why is it that somebody who doesn't use much of beauty products looks younger than somebody who would? That's why. Okay? So God doesn't want you to use beauty products. Okay? Next, I've discovered this really good way of stretching. Okay? I have arthritis in my spine because of an injury, and I have hypothyroidism, which means that my metabolism is slower. Okay? And I've discovered that with my joint pains and injuries and whatnot, this type of stretching is the best. Okay, watch. What you want to do is stretch forward and then wiggle. Okay? Stretch to the side and wiggle. Okay? So when you wiggle a little bit after you hold your stretch, what it does is it forces the joint, the tiny muscles or surround the joints and ligaments to stabilize, and forces your ligaments to strengthen ever so slightly. Just wiggle. Okay? So stretch and wiggle, stretch and wiggle, stretch and wiggle. Okay? You can go down, stretch and wiggle, stretch to the side and wiggle, stretch to the side and wiggle. And right now I'm not eating anything special. I just avoid pork. I eat a lot of fish. I don't really avoid much of things that I ought to avoid. I should not eat queso and chips, but I do anyways. So this is the reason why I have a little bit of gut. Okay? These pants are Hudson's, size 28. Okay? So back and wiggle. Okay? Back and wiggle. Right? Okay? You can go side, plie, and wiggle. Okay? Plie and wiggle. So in second position, you plie and you wiggle. Okay? And when you wiggle, you'll feel that your hip actually feels like it's strained a little bit if you don't exercise a lot. Okay? So anytime when you do a stretch, you have to wiggle it a little bit. Okay? It forces the areas around your joints where you have bursa, sacs of fluid that basically pad around your joints and lubricate your joints. You have to force them to strengthen. Okay, the small muscles and the synovial fluids around your joint. Okay? So if you stretch downwards, okay, like this, okay? You stretch downwards and you wiggle, okay? And you'll feel that as you wiggle, okay, your smaller muscles are forced to, that you would never use, are forced to stabilize your position more. Because if you send a little wiggle in, okay, it forces the rest of your body to try to stabilize your position. Okay? So you want to do that, and you want to wiggle. Okay, so every day I do this type of stretching. And I do a little bit of dancing, okay? But not too much. And that, plus when I do my laundry, I never use the dryer if I don't have to. So if you think about your heater being already very drying, what you ought to do, if it's convenient, is to just take your laundry, spin it out, and hang it. So I have a whole entire rack where I hang all my laundry. Okay? And wiggle. And wiggle. Okay? So when I stop eating red meat completely, this will probably go away. I still eat a lot of dairy, which is also not fantastic. See, if you stretch right here, okay, you went like this, okay, and you wiggled, you'll not have the stiffness in your back. Okay, so, and wiggle, okay. Okay, and the thing is, if you stretch like this, okay, if you stretched and wiggled and stretched, okay, you put your legs in a typical stretch, right, and you just wiggle a little bit, okay, then you will not feel so stiff in the mornings, okay. Anytime you do any type of stretching, like if you stretch up, you wiggle, you'll feel, and here, if you reach upwards and you wiggled as you did it, you'll feel that your muscles are getting a little bit sore just from the position, okay? It's just like this, and then wiggle, okay? So instead of doing yoga, it's like shaking yoga. It's like you're stretching a position, but you're wiggling. You're stretching a position, but you're wiggling, okay? And that will help you a lot. That, and don't use beauty products unless you really have to. Like if it's really formal, then, you know, then you have to. To take my makeup off, I usually use vegetable oil from the kitchen, okay? So instead of using like a lot of, like, I bought a lot of micellar waters and whatnot, but I realized none of this stuff is good for the environment, okay? You don't want to wash any of that stuff down the drain because it goes into the water systems where, yes, it's treated, but all the microparticles cannot get filtered out because we don't have the current infrastructure to do so, okay? So you have to be really, really aware, and then you will be blessed, no matter what religion you're of, because you're considerate of the world, the future, and the people who have to live in it. Okay? That's it.